I really wanted to stop with the Aaron Rodgers videos after yesterday. I thought everything that was out there was already out there and there was nothing much more to talk about. We made literally a week's worth of Aaron Rodgers videos covering each and every single part of this entire story. And I get a plethora of comments from you guys. I read each and every single one of those comments, and from what I gather, a good portion of you guys really count on me for bringing you the news and piecing together the story and bringing you everything that NFL insiders are saying and condensing it into a 10 to 15 minute video with all of my sources accurately listed. And it really troubles me and is very disappointing to me that apparently one of my sources on this story just came out and claimed that he had no sources for this story. So I owe you guys a huge apology because I take my credibility very seriously, and there's nothing more important to me than how much you guys trust me and my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna break this down and tell you where things went wrong because Adam Schefter came out and pretty much caught himself in 4K. Before we get to the content, just want to remind you guys, I'm giving away a pair of Apple AirPod Maxes to a subscriber that turns on our notifications on this channel. If you've already hit the bell, then you're already good and you're officially entered for the giveaway. And now that we got all that out of the way, break!
Aaron Rodgers has told certain members of the organization that he does not want to return to the Green Bay Packers. And this is an issue that has gone on throughout the course of the offseason, so much so that each of the Packers' main individual decision makers, the president, Mark Murphy, the head coach, Matt LaFleur, the general manager, Brian Gutekunst, have each taken trips out west to go meet with Aaron Rodgers, to fly out and meet with him to see if they could change his mind and convince him to come back to Green Bay, which he does not want to do at this point in time. But to date, Aaron Rodgers has not budged. And so we have a standoff here that nobody knows exactly where it's going. And thus, the 49ers called the Green Bay Packers last night, and the Packers said, we're not trading him. And the Los Angeles Rams called in January before they traded for Matthew Stafford to see if they would trade him, and they were told no. And a short time ago, basically the general manager, Brian Gutekunst, issued this statement. As we've stated since the season ended, we are committed to Aaron in 2021 and beyond. Aaron has been a vital part of our success, and we look forward to competing for another championship with him leading our team. But the fact of the matter is, there are other members of the organization that don't know if and when Aaron Rodgers will show back up in Green Bay. He's going through a lot of change in his life right now. He's engaged to be married. He hosted Jeopardy during the offseason, has a lot of hopes, a lot of different dreams, and I don't think he's particularly happy right now being in Green Bay. And I think this dates back, ironically enough, to the draft last year, when not only did the Green Bay Packers draft a quarterback, but they traded up to draft a quarterback. And not only did they trade up to draft a quarterback, but they didn't tell him in advance that they were drafting a quarterback. And obviously, we've seen a lot of cryptic comments from Aaron Rodgers from the time the season ended to now. But it's a situation where essentially he's not happy in Green Bay. There is a standoff between Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers that has gone on to now, and we don't know how this is going to wind up.
Those of you guys that have been following me for quite some time, a lot of you know that fitness is a very large part of my life because about a decade ago, I was really overweight and I really wanted to make a change in my life. And in order to make that change, I had to make significant sacrifices. Whether those sacrifices were doing things like cardio, which I really still loathe to this day, or giving up foods that I really liked as a child. One of the things I had to give up was breakfast cereal because I don't think waking up and ingesting 30 grams of sugar immediately as you wake up is healthy for anybody. So as a result, I haven't had breakfast cereal in about a decade until now, because today's sponsor, Magic Spoon, completely changed the way I did breakfast. Magic Spoon is the breakfast cereal of your childhood, but it grew up up with you. They have 0 grams of sugar, 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. It also only has 140 calories. I don't think you guys understand how significant this is because I have had healthy cereals in the past, but they mainly tasted like cardboard. Magic Spoon tastes exactly the way a cereal used to taste like when I was a little kid, only it has 0 sugar and a ton of protein. They have 4 flavors: cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter, but my favorites are cocoa and frosted personally. And it's keto friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, and GMO-free. Magic Spoon's going to be an integral part of my summer cut, and I highly recommend you guys try it out because when you use my promo code Mikerophone, you get $5 off of any order, or you could go to magicspoon.com/microphone. And get this, if you don't like Magic Spoon for any reason, they will happily refund your money, no questions asked. So click on the link in the description down below or use code Microphone for $5 off. And thank you, Magic Spoon, for the sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? So as you were able to see from the clip that I played in the beginning of this video, Adam Schefter came out and literally said that Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers are in the midst of a standoff. And he leaked this on the day of the NFL draft. And in my last video, there were some things I got wrong. I thought that Jake Kummerow was released before Jordan Love was drafted. I got my dates mixed up. He was cut after Jordan Love was drafted. But something I mentioned when I was bringing up all that information was Jake Kummerow was released in the fall. Jordan Love was drafted a year ago. So why is Aaron Rodgers all of a sudden getting angry and upset right now? A lot of things don't add up. If you remember when this was first reported, many of us on draft day thought the reason why Aaron Rodgers was quote unquote disgruntled was because he couldn't come to terms on a contract extension with the Green Bay Packers. And that clearly wasn't the case here at all because we got word yesterday from The Athletic, which is another source that I really take seriously and I deem extremely credible, came out and said that the Green Bay Packers offered Aaron Rodgers a contract extension, but he turned it down. So now it's not about the fact that Aaron Rodgers wanted a brand new contract. Now he's just upset about the way the Green Bay Packers have been handling roster transactions over the past year. And there were definitely a lot of holes in this story, but there were a lot of things going for the people that created the story as well. Like the Denver Broncos apparently passing on Justin Fields and taking Patrick Surtain II because apparently they were really close to trading for Aaron Rodgers. But there were other things that were fairly strange. Aaron Rodgers being upset that the story got out being one of them, and the fact that the story leaked on draft day as opposed to the months leading up to the NFL draft, very similarly to what Deshaun Watson was doing and what we were saying about Deshaun Watson before the NFL draft. Now, here's the thing that really bugged me, because this morning I woke up and I saw that Adam Schefter went on the Dan Patrick Show and he had this to say about his sources to the Aaron Rodgers situation.
A couple hours from now, where Adam Schefter came on SportsCenter and said basically that Aaron Rodgers wanted out of Green Bay. Walk me through that. Did you get a phone call or text?
You know, Dan, the funny part about it is that I've heard people say, oh, Aaron Rodgers wanted that out before the draft. Mm-hmm. I can assure you Aaron Rodgers did not want that out before the draft. I've had people say the Green Bay Packers planted that. It was a very pro-Packer story.
Yeah.
I can assure you the Green Bay Packers didn't plant that. When people guess at where stories come from, more often than not, they're usually wrong. And in this case, they're wrong. This was an accumulation all during the offseason of just listening to people talk and observing. And if we go back to the NFC Championship game that the Green Bay Packers lost at home, did we not hear Aaron Rodgers after that game talk about his level of unhappiness, if you will, uncertainty for the future? Just go back and listen to that press conference, and it sounds almost like he's saying goodbye to Green Bay. And so your antenna's up, and I'm just telling you, throughout the course of the offseason, there was rarely a week that went by where I didn't hear something about Aaron Rodgers. And on draft day, there's a report that morning from Paul Allen out in Minneapolis that the 49ers made a draft offer, which they didn't make an offer. They never made an offer. And other people are saying that the 49ers called. And I said, how long till it gets out that Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay? Is it next week? Is it next when he doesn't show to the OTAs? Is it next month when he isn't? It's going to come out. What does it matter if it comes out now or next week or next month? And so
you chose to break the news on draft day.
That is absolutely accurate. Correct.
But it wasn't something that you got information about.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, and there was nothing that morning that came in. And all of a sudden said to me, yeah, he wants out. You should report this. Like, it was going on all off season. You just keep hearing it. And there was more and more talk. And now there's starting to be Aaron Rodgers talking. I said, you know what? This isn't going to wait much longer. Let's just go. And it just happened to be draft day.
Because I wondered when you said it didn't come from Rodgers, didn't come from the Packers, and it's being characterized differently. I was wondering, okay, you're not going to tell me your source. You know, what was the motive behind that? Yeah.
Dan, there's not a source.
No, I know, but I know that now, but we're just finding this out right now.
This is a weird look for Adam Schefter because it really is fishy if he decided, hey, the day of the NFL draft is the day that I'm going to announce to the world that Aaron Rodgers isn't happy as a Green Bay Packer. And there wasn't necessarily a source tapping him on the shoulder saying, hey, Adam, listen, Aaron Rodgers isn't happy in Green Bay. So this is a very strange turn in this entire story, but we also got an update from a former teammate of Aaron Rodgers and a good friend of his, and that's John Kuhn. Now, John Kuhn went on the Zach Gelb show on CBS Sports Radio, and he didn't exactly disclose the details of their conversation, but he painted a picture of what's going on in Aaron Rodgers' head, saying that he's conflicted because this man loves to play the game of football. This man loves to be a Green Bay Packer, and this man truly sees careers. He watched his friends leave, he watched Brett Favre's career towards the end, and he's watched all these things play out in front of his eyes. He's taken notes throughout his career. He's seen some situations that didn't feel were done or finished the way that they could or should have. And he's just trying to take his earned destiny within his own hands. To that effect, I actually admire him because not a lot of players in the NFL have that opportunity. I sure as heck didn't. I played until everybody told me you can't play anymore, and it's a humbling feeling. Aaron Rodgers has an opportunity to take a little bit of that power. He then finished the entire interview off by telling us the odds that he thinks that Aaron Rodgers will be a Packer next year, saying that if I used my gut and I used everything that I hear from the Green Bay Packers organization, it makes me feel really, really good. If I use the football business acumen and see the tough spot that the Packers are in right now with that first round pick that they used last year on Jordan Love, that's what makes me pull back a little bit. I still think it's somewhere around 70 to 75% that Aaron Rodgers is the starting quarterback for the Packers this year. I really don't think that Aaron is that cynical of a person, no matter what differences they have. He's proven to the Packers brass that just because he has differences with the head coach or a general manager, it doesn't necessarily affect his play and his professionalism. I can see that being a direct quote from Aaron Rodgers. Now, I still believe there's an opportunity at a resolution here. I just think it's going to take two men that are dug in right now and try to meet in the middle somewhere where they're both happy. So this story definitely got a little sketchy from my point of view, especially when you hear Adam Schefter come out and say on the Dan Patrick Show, hey, I have no sources, this is just an accumulation of things that have been going on over the past year. And honestly, I don't think it takes a genius to look at the Aaron Rodgers situation and say, hey, he's not happy that the Green Bay Packers drafted Jordan Love. He's not happy that the Green Bay Packers decided to cut one of his favorite wide receivers. But I always want you guys to trust me as a credible source, and I always want to bring you guys every piece of information when I get it, even though this video does call into question some of the previous videos I made. Just know it wasn't directly from me, it was from my sources. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this information. Do you think Aaron Rodgers is likely to leave the Green Bay Packers, or do you think there's a chance that he's going to stay? Do you trust Adam Schefter and what he said about this situation, or do you think he's fabricating some of the stuff because it's a slow NFL news cycle currently? Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.